Vaccines. What are they? Where do they come from? Should I be scared of them? In this video, we will break down what all you need to know about vaccines, from how they are made to why we need them. What types of vaccine are there in the world?
Well, the most common type of vaccine is an alive attenuated vaccine
That has been weakened and limits replication, but it is still strong enough to elicit an immune response.
The other type is an inactivated virus strain, where the virus will not replicate at all, but still allows for immunity to occur. One method of developing a vaccine involves using a virus's ability to adapt to changing environments against itself. This is done by isolating a virus that poses a risk to humans and culturing it repeatedly in embryonic cells obtained from chick eggs. This process is done multiple times to ensure the virus has enough time for mutations that could potentially help it adapt to its environment to occur. After multiple generations, the virus has become more optimized to its new environment, allowing for better replication within the chick host. Once this candidate vaccine is reintroduced in a human host, it would no longer be able to replicate as effectively, thus limiting its ability to proliferate within a host.
Cell-based vaccinations use the same process as egg-based vaccinations, except that they use animal cells instead of eggs to harvest the virus. This process has the potential for a faster startup of the flu vaccine manufacturing process and is potentially more flexible than traditional egg-based technology, which relies on an adequate supply of eggs. It also has the potential to offer better protection than the traditional egg-based flu vaccines. For the recombinant process, they take a hemagglutinin or HA gene from a naturally occurring recombinant vaccine virus and combine it with another virus that grows well in insect cells before combining them with insect cells to replicate. They then harvest and purify the vaccine. This process can produce vaccines in the shortest amount of time because it is not limited by the selection of vaccine viruses that are adapted for growth in eggs or by the development of cell-based vaccine viruses.
Now, what exactly happens with this vaccine inside of my body? Within our bodies, we have special immune cells called B cells, which have chromosomes with DNA sequences including promoters, enhancers, V, D, and C regions. Through somatic recombination, which only occurs within our special immune cells, different combinations of V, D, and C regions can be put together. This creates a diverse array of antibodies within our body. After this DNA goes through transcription, an RNA transcript is made. This RNA transcript is then translated to create a B cell with an antibody on its surface. When a virus from one of our vaccines infects one of our host cells, our host cell expresses special proteins and carbohydrates on its surface. These are called antigens. B cells with their antibodies can bind to these antigens. When the antigens on the host cell bind to the antibodies on our immune cells, a kinase cascade happens within the cell to send a signal to the nucleus where the DNA is held. This allows for the transcription of different signaling chemicals like chemokines. This kinase cascade can also cause the transcription and translation for new, stronger antibodies with higher binding affinity to the antigens created when our host cells are infected with the virus. These B cells with new, stronger antibodies are then locked away and stored for when our body encounters the virus again. Now that we have received a vaccine, we have B cells on deck ready to bind to that specific antigen. Once that binding occurs, a kinase cascade can happen again, releasing chemokines into our bodies. These chemokines and other signaling chemicals can recruit other immune cells which can eat and degrade the infected cells.
So who shouldn't get vaccines? People with cancer or other immunocompromised conditions. Certain cancer treatments will temporarily weaken the immune system, such as chemotherapy and radiotherapy. In some cancer types, like leukemia or lymphoma, the immune system is weakened by spreading into areas such as the bone marrow. Other people who may be subject to immunity complications may have been born with a deficiency in their immune system, or patients are born without important white blood cells and are in constant danger of infections from bacteria, viruses, and fungi. Although there are many situations where an infant cannot actually get a vaccination themselves, babies can actually begin preventative care between weeks 27 and 36 of pregnancy. It is strongly recommended that every mother gets the Tdap vaccine. These vaccinations during pregnancy have two effects. It boosts the mother immunity, reducing the chances that she will contract the illness and pass it on to her baby after birth. Also, these vaccinations allow for the antibodies to be passed on to the baby through the placenta and breast milk. This gives the baby protection against these diseases until their own immune system is developed enough to receive their own vaccination. In this time, they rely upon herd immunity. Herd immunity describes how a population is protected from a disease after vaccination by stopping the germ from being transmitted. For most people, the bacteria will live harmlessly in their throat, but may be spread to people who are particularly susceptible, such as the young and old. By getting vaccinated, people are protecting themselves from the infection and will not pass the infection to other people either. Now take these circles for instance.
Every circle represents an individual in a given group. Those who are colored in purple will then pass on bacteria to those who will also carry it, or to those who will actually fall ill themselves, colored in red, and will continue to spread. Now say a very large proportion of the population is vaccinated against this particular bacteria. Those who are colored in purple may still carry it and pass it on. However, once it reaches the individual who is vaccinated, then that individual will stop the path of transmission.
So, there you have it. Vaccines in a nutshell, or should we say, in an eggshell. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to go get your vaccines this year.